Hello and welcome to Dingoes Ate My Podcast. I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
And I'm Justin. Was that too much energy?
So Justin's basically been falling asleep for the last half hour.
We're gonna need to get some Red Bull up in here.
I don't take energy drinks. But anyway.
We're going to be discussing the episode I Only Have Eyes for You.
Mm-hmm.
Originally aired April 28th, 1998 to an original viewership of 5.1 million. In this episode, Buffy stops a male student from shooting a female student. Afterwards, they have no recollection of why they were arguing, and the gun he was holding disappears. Principal Snyder blames Buffy for the incident. While waiting in his office, a yearbook from 1955 falls off the shelf. In class later that day, Buffy starts daydreaming about a relationship that a student had with his teacher. As she comes back to the present, she finds that her teacher has unknowingly written, "Don't walk away from me, bitch," on the blackboard, a line that the male student had shouted. Later, Xander is grabbed by a monster arm from inside his locker, probably because he hasn't cleaned it. Buffy helps him break away, but the arm disappears. Giles is intrigued by the possible presence of a poltergeist. Later that night, Giles sees the janitor shoot a teacher, though only moments earlier they were cordial. Giles is convinced that Jenny Calendar is haunting the school. Willow finds information on her laptop about a killing in 1955, where student James Stanley killed his teacher Grace Newman after she tried to break off their affair. In the cafeteria, chaos erupts as the food turns into snakes and ice cream. Outside, Snyder talks to the police chief about the incident and is revealed that they know about the Hellmouth under the school and the possibility of Buffy being the Slayer.
Dun dun.
Drusilla gets a vision about Buffy meeting with death. Willow devises a plan to contain the spirits, and they head off to the school where they prepare, though Giles has already arrived and is trying to summon Jenny's spirit. Buffy hears music coming from the music room and sees Grace and James dancing there. James' face suddenly changes to a gory mess, startling Buffy. On the stairwell, Willow begins to sink into the floor and Giles saves her. Giles is finally convinced that the spirit is not Jenny. A swarm of wasps arrive and surround the school. Everyone recuperates at Buffy's while she continues to show her anger towards James. Buffy goes to the kitchen where she finds a sign for the 1955 Sadie Hawkins dance in her pocket as James' voice whispers, "I need you." She heads off to the school where the wasps part for her to enter. Willow finds the ad and everyone rushes after Buffy, but they cannot enter the school. Angelus appears in the halls as Buffy, now possessed by James, talks to him as if he were Grace. They repeat the couple's argument until at the climax, Buffy pulls out a gun and shoots Angelus. He falls off the balcony as though he were dead. Buffy, still possessed by James, goes to the music room where James plans to kill himself. Angelus arrives just in time to stop Buffy from pulling the trigger. They exchange apologies and kiss. The spirits leave their bodies, and Buffy and Angelus break away from the kiss, and Angelus, disgusted at what he has been doing, pushes Buffy away and flees.
Suddenly, snakes all over the cafeteria.
Oh,
That was just a weird scene.
I hated it.
It's just snakes everywhere.
I was mostly kind of thinking, really? Snakes?
Oh.
Just go with the snakes in that sort of case?
Yeah, the snakes
like-
kind of stood out in that episode.
Well, it's just sort of like poltergeist sort of powers. It's like, I'm angered, frustrated with the particular things of why I died. Here, have snakes!
What was their excuse again?
Hellmouth.
Well, no, I meant, like, publicly.
Oh, sewer was backed up.
Yeah, sewer backed up. So snakes.
Same thing happened in San Diego last week.
Had a bit of a snake issue, too?
And poor Cordelia getting bitten by that one snake.
Just let's get off the snakes. I hate snakes.
Duly noted.
Alright.
So, overall, what did you guys think of this episode?
It was sad. The sad little love story between the two. It was never meant to be.
Yeah, well, I say he had it coming, I guess. I don't know. He was clearly in the wrong, but then again, he kept reliving the same exact moment over and over, possessing even other students and teachers for some reason. until Buffy and Angel did it. And Angel obviously didn't die from that fall because he's a vampire.
Hooray for being a vampire!
Yeah, so this is actually like a personal favorite episode of mine from this season.
I would not be too surprised.
It's a filler episode mostly, but I really love it. I think it's a really cool concept, and it's a cool way to kind of have Buffy and Angel in an episode together without, even with Angel being evil now, they find a way to still get them on screen together.
Yeah.
Oh, for any of those particular people who probably watched it at that time, they probably would just see Squeak halfway.
I wasn't squeeing. I'm like, well, this is awkward.
No, it was mostly just sort of a case of, aw, the gender role switching is so adorable, and it's going through all the story, and they can actually complete the thing. So happy for the dead people. Wait a minute, Angelus isn't possessed by the ghost anymore. Oh god, what's gonna happen?
Also, Justin, I hate to break it to you, but you're not exactly the target demographic for this show.
Bleh.
When it was airing especially.
More so bleh.
Fair enough. I mean,
you're about 15 years too old and the wrong gender.
Alright.
This show was aimed at like 13-year-old girls.
Bleh.
Alright. But still...
I mean, it was on the WB.
Yeah.
Okay.
Name 2 other shows that were on the WB. My point exactly. Anyway.
Okay, I'm not really good at that.
Nah. But
I think you can't name any of them.
But I think the interesting thing when it came to it was as soon as a ghost kind of came into the picture, Giles was kind of the first one who was like, oh, maybe it's Jenny. And I was just sort of like, Giles, no. No.
But I am absolutely right and I cannot be proven wrong. Oh. Okay, yeah, this is not Jenny.
Yeah, I love how he's like, I fully endorse you questioning authority, except in this case when I'm clearly right.
Oh, Giles. I know you're hurt, but please don't be hit by the stupid stick.
Yeah, really. I mean, he should leave his mind a bit more open to other interpretations, maybe. Especially in that case.
Where he's clearly wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
But suppose it gave for Willow getting some information on witchcraft and other sort of particular things.
Yeah, so Willow does a little bit of magic in this, kinda. Or at least attempts to.
Yeah.
Attempts.
This is an attempt.
Yeah. Wonder if that'll be important later. Probably not.
But anyway, yeah, as it stood for everything else, it's so sad for Cordelia. She had to face one of her worst fears. Not looking pretty.
I know. It just that bite wound just got worse and worse on her face.
It's kind of like a crazy skin graft sort of thing. But no, I think we can all agree Xander kind of got the shortest end of the stick, having to deal with all the snakes left in the cafeteria. Like seriously, we saw the guys taking all the snakes out before. How are there more now?
Sewer backed up.
Yes, they also do drop a hint about next season in that scene with Principal Snyder. They reference the mayor.
No, that's true. There was a discussion of the mayor and then kind of a, I don't want to deal with him sort of thing.
Yeah, the mayor might be important next season.
Oh my god.
The mayor, aye?
Yes, the mayor.
Alright.
He might bring some faith to the town.
Oh, faith. That's what this town needs.
Yes.
Well, we do live over the Hellmelt, so...
What faith? Which,
Faith.
Which faith? Demonic faith?
You'll have to find out soon,
Vampiric
Justin.
faith? Somehow?
Well, faith of
I
some
love how
kind.
you don't know the answer to this and it makes me so happy.
Apocalyptic faith?
Well, faith in most sort of senses can be a little sketchy, so who knows?
Gonna start a cult and just worship the coming of death?
Well... That might not be too far off, but...
It is over the Hellmouth.
He is going to bring faith to the show and to the community, and that is a good thing.
Sure.
Suppose it, yay.
I love how neither of you know what that means, and it makes me so happy.
I vaguely know what that means, but I don't have the entire picture. I know there's something up with the mayor from the couple episodes you have shown me, but not to the extent that you supposedly know.
When I think of faith in any sort of situation with this show in particular, I'm gonna see it as some sort of metaphor for something, death-like.
Interesting.
With the couple particular things I know of, I think of faith as just sort of a guise for stuff.
Okay. Interesting. Guess we'll have to find out.
Blech.
But it won't take too long, because that'll happen in episode 3 of next season.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, we're pretty much near the end of this season already.
Ah, so true.
So let's move over to the international titles. So Finnish, Possessed by Past. Which isn't bad.
No,
it's not bad.
Matches.
German, A Demon Named Love.
No, that's true with how Angelus kind of sees it.
And in French, The Night of the Sadie Hawkins Dance.
What?
Oh man, Sadie Hawkins dance. It's gonna be so fun. Wait, we live in a town that's over above the Hellmouth. Things are gonna get crazy. Also, additionally, no, this was the episode. Angelus, Drusilla, and Spike. Oh my gosh.
Yes. And we find out something important about Spike in this episode.
Oh, most assuredly.
He's not crippled no more.
I mostly kind of got it from the face thing. It's like, oh, his face is okay. Wait, to what extent is he better? Is he going to be up and walking sometime soon? Or, oh, he's standing up now. Oh my.
Saying screw that wheelchair. Stand now.
Oh, I have a particular thing about that. I question whether or not you know about this, but is it a case that when he was trying to step out of the wheelchair all fancy-like, the footrests and whatnot got caught on one of his foot, and that kind of resulted in him having to kick the wheelchair away?
I don't know.
Because that was kind of my interpretation of it. It's like, oh my gosh, he's gonna fall, but then he pulled it off amazing. It's like, awesome job, Spike!
It could just be that Spike is amazing.
Yeah, that's true.
So, Justin, you were hemming and hawing about Sadie Hawkins Dance. Do you not know, what that is?
No, I don't know what that is. What was that? I thought you said Stephen Hawking's, to be honest.
Yes, they're having a Stephen Hawkins dance.
And I'm just trying to imagine what that would be.
Oh my god, Justin.
Isn't this dance nice, Sadie?
Rest in peace.
No. Okay, so,
Anyway.
Justin. Sadie Hawkins Dance is basically gender reversal. So instead of guys asking girls, girls ask guys.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Okay, so on to the music. So other than the regular original score, we do have 2 songs in this episode.
The one that they played ad nauseum to represent the ghost's love.
So we have the most obvious one, which is the Flamingos with I Only Have Eyes for You. Gee, I wonder where they got the title of the episode.
Badu.
Which plays twice during this episode.
Neat.
And there's also a song from a band called Splendid called Charge, which is played at the Bronze when Buffy is asked to the dance.
Ah, yes. Well, asked and...
And then Buffy goes on a little thing.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can put it.
Bleh.
So, overall, how did you rate this episode, David?
It was neat. New story. And then tossing in Buffy with Angelus and all that sort of particular stuff. It was just like, oh, it adds it to that. The love story's kind of counted as 2, but we know that the one love story isn't going to turn out so well. And it was nice to sort of see Buffy's interpretation of what the guy sort of did. But again, it was kind of a reflection of her pain that she was still suffering through. And the ending results of that story, where Buffy wasn't the girl who was the victim for everything in that story. She was the actual person within the feelings that she was feeling, that she got dumped, she feels super bad, and despite the fact she probably would want to do that, still, just it was amazing with how everything sort of meshed within the story. In my case, though, it's not sitting up at the higher echelon of things. I do kind of agree this is kind of a filler episode, but with being filler, they made a decent filler. So, sitting at 7-ish in my case.
Okay, Justin?
I'd give it about roughly an 8, I guess. I do like at the end, Angel was just kind of just trying to wash his mouth, I guess.
I love Spike's line of, when you've drawn blood, I do believe you've exfoliated. That's bloody good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like I said, this is a favorite episode of mine. It's probably an 8. Like, it's not the best the series is going to get to, but it's just a personal favorite. Other than the snake bit. You fast forward that bit.
No, you don't fast forward the
snakes. Yes, you do.
You experience the snakes. And then you never want to experience the snakes again.
Is it just because of the limbs? It's how they were made.
I don't care. I don't care.
I think Paul is afraid of snakes.
No.
They're creepy little bastards who don't have arms and legs and they shouldn't be able to move. There, I said it.
Well, they can move. It's just
because they're demons.
No, it's not that. Although, with your uprising, I wouldn't be too surprised how
demons?
You did like 6.
I mean, I do have a friend who had a pet snake.
Nah.
But anyway.
So a pet demon.
But
sure,
no worries, I also had
that.
my particular creep moment within this episode. God, all those bloody wasps.
The wasps scare you?
Well, not so much scare me, but those are the kind of the things that give me the heebie-jeebies. I'm not exactly keen on things that can fly and sting you.
The wasp flying around me the other day, and I'm like, no, get away from me, don't sting me, and the other person's trying to kill it. I'm like, no, don't kill it.
Just send it away.
Just send it away from this area so it doesn't sting me or harm anyone.
Alright, so do either of you have any last minute thoughts?
Yeah, it was a good episode. That's about all I could say.
Okay.
Happy that the one love story turned out alright, but yeah, for the other one, it's probably not going to turn out alright.
We'll find out soon.
Coming in the conclusion of the season, I guess.
Or so.
I hope you're not expecting a happy ending.
No, I'm not.
I'm kind of hoping for somewhat of a moderate medium where it's not super happy, but it's not horribly depressing.
Dave, it's gonna be depressing.
That's what I'm anticipating.
Horribly depressing?
Well, we'll see how you react to it.
We'll have to see.
Maybe something more impactful than Miss Calendar. I don't know.
Oh, trust me, yeah.
Oh, good.
Let's just say it's going to involve a sword.
Alright. I like where this is going.
There's going to be a sword fight.
I like where this is going.
Between Buffy and Angel.
This is good. Would Buffy use a wooden sword?
No.
What's the point then?
You'll find out.
Okay.
Anyway, so the next episode we'll be covering is Go Fish.
There are no more cards left, though.
Go fish.
So in this episode, there's something going on with the Sunnydale High swim team, as they've suddenly started to win, but at what cost?
Wait, they have a swim team?
Oh, they're monsters. They're creepy little evil sea monsters that are going to kill people. Anyway,
Yeah.
that'll be next week. I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
And Justin.